Welcome back to another episode of Chat with Chondee, where we talk all things culture, health, arts, and travel. Today, enjoy some pictures of myself and Dopemelody as you listen to an interview that we did from her podcast, Rerouting with Dopemelody. Check out the description of this video to see how you can like, comment, and subscribe to her. Enjoy!
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Rerouting with Dopemelody. I'm your girl Mel, and today we have a very, very special guest, someone who embodies the spirit of entrepreneurship, motherhood, and creativity. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Chondee Truitt, the amazing entrepreneur and YouTuber. She's here to talk about the exciting relaunch of her YouTube channel, Chat with Chondee. Welcome, Chondee. All right, Chondee, we are so excited about the relaunch of Chat with Chondee. What inspired you to relaunch your YouTube channel?
Thank you so much for having me on, Mel. First of all, I'm so glad to be on your show. Relaunching Chat with Chondee came about because I needed to spark some joy in my life, okay? And what better way to go back to something that I know gave me that feeling, that gave me a sense of purpose, that just made me so happy to do and put out there in the world. So I went back to my roots.
I know that's right. So what can your viewers expect this time around?
This time around, they're definitely going to see more Chondee in the Chat with Chondee because I'm doing things I want to see, things that definitely interest me. And of course, they'll notice that the chat stands for something. It stands for culture, health, arts, and travel. And those are all things that are important to me. So.
Okay, so balancing act. You are a mom, an entrepreneur, and a content creator. How in the world do you juggle all of that, Miss Lady?
So let's be for real. Some of them balls fall out my hands at times. Okay, I'm leaning over to pick one up while keeping the rest of them in the air. But it is definitely a song and dance, So as my kids have gotten older, it has got some things I would say have gotten much easier. But then there's a new set of problems that come about. So it's really just about communicating about how we can all work together. So that's what's helped me.
Okay. So do you have any secrets that you could share with us? Because I'm a new mom. I'm only 6 years in the game. So can you, share a little bit? Drop a couple jewels. I know you got some.
Y'all get y'all pen and paper ready, okay? Everybody write this word down. Delegate. Even at 6 years old, your son can have some tasks that he can handle on his own. Whatever those are, give them to him and take them off of your plate, okay? That's really where you want to do. Delegate everywhere across the board with anyone who's a part of your circle that's helping you. Do that.
Okay, now I like that. Now I'm over here writing it down now, y'all. So I hope y'all writing it down, cause she been in the game. She's been at this mommy thing for a while. So I always call her for advice. So okay. So your creative process. Your content is always so fresh and engaging. Like, where do you get your inspiration, and what does the creative process look like for you? Like, how's that?
So I've always been, I guess, what people call a creative and coming up with different ideas. I first look to what do I like to do? What interests me? Because it's not going to do me any good to make a video about something if I'm not even interested in it. How can I expect someone else to? So that's where I go to first. I look and see, what has my attention right now. And then one of my favorite things to go to, and I don't know how y'all feel about it, is Pinterest, okay? I love Pinterest. Pinterest has so many different ideas, and I just like to put my own twist on things sometimes. So I go to Pinterest and I see what's going on, and I'm like, okay, how can I make this work for me?
Awesome. Pinterest is on my phone, and I get lost. I mean, I can be on there for hours, so I definitely can see where you can get a lot of ideas from that. So, since this is a relaunch, how has your channel evolved since you first started?
Going back to the chat now standing for something, it's evolved into me thinking more of how does that play into the content that I'm putting out. Also, how can I keep viewers engaged? And just because it interests me, how do I make the connection for them in something that it relates to with them? So I talk to people, I talk to my coworkers, I talk to my friends, and I kind of stay tapped into social media as well, just to see what's going on.
Okay, so are there any lessons you've learned along the way that you're applying to this chapter of your life?
Most definitely. You mentioned earlier about me being a mother, about my children being older now, and one thing that comes with that is they don't sugarcoat anything, and they are quick to tell you about yourself, and they will let you know. So one thing that my kids let me know was I would cut the camera on, and this voice comes out of me, and they're like, "Who is that?" And so, and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. So I'm just working on a lot, just not turning into someone else when that record button hits, just staying true to who I am, because that's what I truly wanted to be, a chat with Chondee, and you seeing exactly who Chondee is.
Absolutely, and I love that because, listen, those are my babies, and they are very, very real. They are not sugarcoating anything, which was going to be my next question. Does your family get involved in your YouTube content? And they definitely do.
Well, also they don't like to be on the camera side of it. All of them will help me behind the scenes. So far, of my 5 children, I have only been able to get one in front of the camera for a Chat with Chondee episode, and then it was during COVID and she was off at school, so we had to do it via Zoom. But I can't get them to come on the show for anything, but they do offer ideas, they offer suggestions, and they're definitely part of the production team.
Awesome. So you just kind of, I love that because, mine is only 6. And so he does little things like he'll carry little stuff for me, like my products and stuff into Uber if I'm traveling with him. But it's not a lot he can do. But he did love the shout out I gave him on one of my shows. So he said he wanted to give me a shout out. So I'm going to incorporate it into one of my shows eventually so you guys can hear my baby getting involved. So my next question basically is, as a successful entrepreneur, because for those that are not aware, not only does she have a YouTube channel, but she is a published author. So she has a book out, a children's book out, and she has been selling that and has done very well with that. So as a successful entrepreneur, what advice would you give to other moms who are out there looking to start their own business or YouTube channel?
I would say don't feel guilty. We got to let go of the mom guilt. I think that's the most important thing, because a lot of times we can feel like, oh, I'm taking this time away from my child, but you have to have something for yourself, because you're no good to anyone else if you're not doing anything for yourself. And keep God first. And I'm still learning this, so I'm talking to myself as well. But we have to stop doing something and then asking Him to help us with it and do this, and go to Him first and see what it is He wants us to do.
Absolutely. Amen, sister. No, seriously. Do you have a favorite episode or a series that you've done on Chat with Chondee that stands out in your mind? And why was it so special?
Okay, absolutely. As soon as you said that, the first one that came to my mind was actually the last one that I did. And it was a review. It was a movie review of Coming to America 2. And whereas, it wasn't a fan favorite with a lot of people for the movie, I actually liked it, okay? I liked it. Of course, the classic is the best. But I liked the second one that came out, and I did a review, and I dressed up as one of the characters and everything. So I would like to say that was one of my most fun episodes.
Yes, and if you guys have time, please go and check it. It was super cute. She got into character and everything. And everybody who knows Miss Truitt here, she is a whole fool. So she's fun. She's going to put on a show. She just likes to make everybody laugh, and I love that about her. So, community content. Your viewers clearly adore you. How do you keep that strong connection with your audience? And how do you plan to engage with them even more in this new phase?
So I try to keep them engaged and make them a part of the community by encouraging them to comment on my videos, comment on Instagram, email me, all of that. But one way that I've evolved with this time around is I'm launching a blog along with Chat with Chondee, and we're going to be continuing the conversation where after the video you can go there and dive in a little bit more into the topic that was discussed, as well as interact with me as well.
I love that, and I definitely still am a girl who loves blogs. I love vlogs and blogs, so definitely we're going to have you share that information on how they can, be a part of the blog. So, what's been the most exciting part of relaunching your channel?
Coming up with content, just thinking about what's next. It's fun. I've always been that person where it's fun to think about the future. I like to date. I'm a Pisces, so I'm a dreamer. Okay. It's just in me. It's who I am. It's my nature. So just thinking of what can be and what I can bring about.
Awesome. Okay, so we're about to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to do this when I have my guests on the show. And this is the rapid fire round. So let's do a quick, fun round of different questions that you got to answer. You got to be quick. Don't try to think about it too long, okay?
I'll try.
What's your favorite way to unwind?
Audiobooks.
Awesome. I love audiobooks. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's the best when the author is reading the book.
Okay. We'll talk after that. Okay, so reading, next Netflix or something else?
Reading.
Okay, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl. Let me sleep in.
Oh my gosh, I am an early bird. The early bird gets the worm.
I never liked worms.
They say old men give you worms. Okay, I'm sorry. What's your go-to comfort food?
French fries.
Ooh, mine too. I love potatoes. Okay, so I just wanted to do that to break it up a little bit because we always have a good time and we always have fun together. And I didn't know the audiobook thing. That's something new I learned about my cousin. For those that don't know, this is my cousin.
Family.
Yeah, she is my cousin. My little cousin at
here
that.
We go, y'all. Here we go. Big cuz, gotta let it be known.
I definitely have to let it. Okay, so getting back to the interview. Looking forward, Mrs. Truitt, where do you see Chat with Chondee in the next year?
In the next year, I see myself with, I'm not going to put a number out there, but so many more subscribers and followers and just a reach of where I've built a community of people who like to come together that also enjoy the same things, culture, health, arts, and travel, and doing more of those things and connecting in those ways. So, growth.
No, that's right, honey. Okay, so what are your goals for the channel moving forward?
My goals is to stretch myself, like not just stay in my comfort zone, to go beyond even what I think that I can do right now.
I love it. Thank you so much, cousin. Guys, this is my first guest on Rerouting with Dopemelody. And, I have one question because I always say I talk about self-care on every episode. So even when I have guests, I do want to throw some self-care things in there. So I want to ask you, what does self-care look like to Chondee Truitt?
It looks like journaling, getting my thoughts out. Like you said, I'm a writer, and I like to put pen to paper. Digital journaling is cool too, but I definitely like to look at my words on the paper, go back and read them, see where I was during that time and how I've come, or if I was in a happy place, how do I get back there? What was going on in that place? So that's something that definitely I do for myself as I get alone and I journal.
Awesome. So you all hear that, self-care is very important, and I'm going to always push for it. And when I have other people on, I want them to share what they do and what they feel or what self-care looks like to them. So my final thoughts, lastly, what message would you leave your viewers as they tune in to the newly relaunched channel.
As you tune in to this new chapter, the relaunch, just remember that somebody's listening. You know, if you need to talk to somebody, it may not be Chat with Chondee that you can listen to, but chat with somebody. Just don't keep things in. Communicate, and keep your faith strong.
Awesome. Now, let everybody know where they can find you. Give them your handles.
You can find me across all platforms right now: YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Chat with Chondee.
Absolutely. And if you guys, forget, send me a message and I'll shoot you over there to her Instagram and everything like that. So thank you so much, Chondee. I love you.
Thank you for having me. I love you too. And
thank you for joining us today. And we cannot wait to see what's next for Chat with Chondee. For everyone watching, make sure you subscribe to her YouTube channel and make sure you hit the follow button here on Podbean. And leave us a comment. We write back and we love to interact with you guys. So until next time, guys, keep shining, keep rerouting, and don't forget to spread love like confetti. I love you guys. Peace.
I hope that everyone has enjoyed this very special episode of Chat with Chondee. Shout out to my cousin Mel. You can find her on Rerouting with Dopemelody, the podcast, on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, Iheartradio, and Samsung. Please subscribe, like, and follow her. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Chat with Chondee. And remember to keep talking all things culture, health, arts, and travel. See you next time.